Was electricity known of in ancient Egypt? There's strong evidence of high technology ancient civilization. Today we take for granted the lights on street lamps at night, in our homes and more generally in the city. It's quite difficult to imagine a world without this total power of electricity that leads to our modern conveniences. But could, for example, the wise men of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia have known about electricity and its use? According to the official academic historical archaeological positions, it's not only not possible, but is ruled out from the outset that ancient civilizations had knowledge of electricity, electrical lightning, or even electrical technology. There's no tangible evidence that could support such a hypothesis. However, there are several indications which we find in ancient texts and in certain sculptures of antiquity. Many of these indications make us wonder, for example, did they have electricity in ancient Greece? And what does Pausanias of ancient Greece describe? Reading information he gives us and comparing it with ours today, it's very difficult not to make a similar correlation. But even though after ancient Greece, the evidence tends to support that there was also electrical lightning in the Byzantium era, after 300-400 AD, how likely could such a thing be? However, let's leave these somewhat weak possibilities and move on to some more tangible things that scientists have worked and experimented on. A good example is the mysterious stone boxes of Egypt producing electricity, proving Borisov's theory were they ancient batteries operating in an ancient way. But the main question is whether it could actually be so. Perhaps the most conclusive evidence that could establish the possibility that the ancient Egyptians had electricity is the relief beneath the temple of Hathor in Dendera, Egypt, which depicts figures standing around a large lamp. This lamp appears to be a lotus flower with a stem running like a wire in the bottom of the device inside the lamp and resembling a snake curled outwards from the lotus's socket. According to proponents of this hypothesis, the snake represents the filament of a modern incandescent giant lamp, a light bulb. In our days, successful representations have been made that worked according to this electric bulb correlation, but they do not convince experts to the point of accepting a conjecture as a real event that could essentially overturn all of history as we know it. Some engineers claim, moreover, that the Dendera relief depicts a primitive Crookes tube. The Crookes tube was a precursor of the modern television tube. And of course, let's not forget other important findings that show that they could support the previous hypothesis. One of them is located far from Egypt, outside modern Baghdad, and shows that some electrical power generation was possible in the Middle East thousands of years ago. This object is known as the Baghdad battery, which is simple and quite primitive compared to today's batteries, as it consists of a clay container with a lid, asphalt and iron rod surrounded by copper cylinder. The only thing missing is that the container be filled with a common acidic substance such as vinegar that would allow it to produce traces of electric current, as relevant experiments have shown. Are all of these enough to make the previous examples, such as so-called lamp of Dendera in Egypt and the discovery of a technologically superior civilization? Ancient Egyptian electricity, ancient high advanced technology, the Dendera mystery, and forbidden archaeology. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.